Greetings to the Lunar Matrix. This is Elizabeth Shermer with an intuitive reading for the Lunar Matrix on Tuesday, April 2nd. Today's reading covers the period of time from today's last quarter moon, which occurs tonight at 9:36 p.m. Tuesday night, and runs through the coming week until next week's new moon, which happens at 2:35 a.m. Wednesday morning, April 10th, the Aries new moon. The week of the last quarter moon always represents an important time each month when we integrate and clarify and make decisions about moving forward based on what we've learned over the last 3 weeks. And the last 3 weeks, you may remember, have had to do with accessing new levels of inspiration, new abilities to communicate with our higher self, and new visions for the future that we can create and co-create together. It's been a time of expansion and also a time of needing to ground and stabilize ourselves in the midst of big changes and big energy shifts. Understanding the potentials of this last quarter moon, which is all about continuing to access our visions and speak them and bring them to the world, I asked for a reading that would support our movement forward. I'm showing all 3 cards today because the reading is so spectacular. We received 3 major arcana cards for this week of the last quarter moon, and if you've been following the readings, you'll notice that the central card is identical to last week's reading, the Hanged Man. And I'm sorry, I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was the reading at the time of the spring equinox, the week of the spring equinox. And I've been working with the Hanged Man a lot ever since because of the way this card so perfectly expresses the teachings for this water snake year that we're in. And you may even see that the Hanged Man, the image of the Hanged Man actually has a snake in his crown chakra, and then he's also suspended by a snake in the symbol of the Ankh, for the symbol for eternal life. So this, the snake, the wisdom of snake, and the power and the transformation, the power of resurrection of the snake is embedded in the wisdom of this card. The Hanged Man in the position of awareness continues to signify the opportunity for us to connect more deeply with our own inner wisdom. It's a card that represents a spiritual expansion and evolution, and there may be discomfort involved. The process of being turned upside down can be uncomfortable, but it's for a higher purpose of gaining a new perspective, a new wisdom, and new insights. And specifically, the highest expression of this card is the ability for us to expand more deeply and more fully into our own relationship with self and source. And that has been the overriding theme of this month since the new moon 3 weeks ago. The theme was all about the expansion of our relationship with our higher self. So this perfectly expresses both the immediate opportunity and the larger opportunity of this mystical year of the snake. So knowing that the awareness that we will still be in awareness of potential discomfort. Circumstances may make us uncomfortable right now, but there's if we can access the larger potentials, we can move into inspiration. The card all the way to the left in the position of the body is the sun. And the sun represents illumination and expanded consciousness and our ability to bring that sense of inspiration and celebration and expansion into our lives, into our physical experience, into our world, into our relationships, into our circumstances, and into our thoughts and our beings and our bodies. So this is a week when it's important to access appreciation and abundance and illumination and then communicate it. The sun is about sharing and relationships. The sun is the giver of life. And so one aspect of this card is the importance of relationship and community and inspired leadership. So this week we have the opportunity to contribute to the expansion of consciousness by being inspired leaders, by communicating our inspiration and our visions. The card all the way to the right in the position of Spirit is the Chariot. The Chariot represents forward movement and good fortune in the unfolding of our lives and our ability to trust in good fortune as circumstances unfold. One of the aspects of this card in the Thoth deck that I love is the image of the charioteer sitting in the lotus position, being pulled forward. So there's a teaching about the combination of inner stillness with outer activity. That's really important aspect of this card. How do we learn to be still inside? And the charioteer holds the wheel of fortune, knowing that our fortune is involved in what unfolds, but also the importance of us remaining still and calm and centered. Now, interestingly, this card emerged reversed today, and so I was curious about that and pulled immediately into the Wheel of Fortune in the center, and with the strong message that the movement this week is all about the inner realms, and Source and Spirit is supporting us. So this week, the Chariot is the teacher for, rather than doing, the teacher for being. The inner realms of the Chariot are all about being. And that's what this still, calm center is illustrating. The movement will happen all around us, and Spirit this week will support us in being. So with these three powerful major arcana cards, excuse me, I drew a fourth card asking if there was any practical advice for the week. And I got one of the cards. I drew one of the cards associated with the Chariot, the Seven of Swords. Here it is. And it came up reversed. So the Seven of Swords, I'll put it face up so you can see the image. The Seven of Swords has a central powerful sword, which signifies inspiration and clear insight and a new idea, a fresh insight, a source of inspiration. And then there are 6 corresponding swords that pierce the central sword, signifying self-doubt, the sabotaging mind, and ways in which we circumvent our success by overthinking, feeling helpless, feeling futile. The card is called Futility, and it has to do with, you could call it the yes but tapes that we hold. Whenever we hold an inspiration, then we have perhaps patterns of sabotaging our own success. And so in this case, the Seven of Swords futility in the reversed position is signifying a release of the pattern of futility around these potentials. They're very big, and 3 major arcana cards signifies powerful energy, and it can be easy to distrust or mistrust whether we can really believe all the good that's coming. And that's part of what the Hanged Man is signifying, is our ability to let go of external circumstances and put our trust within. The good fortune is here. There this week will be much to celebrate, and the important advice in the spread is from that Sun card, is to find opportunities to communicate appreciation and to communicate your visions of what's coming. The Chariot in the position of Spirit is saying that you will access inspiration and visions of worlds that are being created, and you have the opportunity this week to communicate those visions and to inspire others with the visions of what's coming. You may know other people who are in that position of the Hanged Man, who are feeling uncomfortable and stressed out and worried and even afraid perhaps. And you have an opportunity with confidence and clarity and inspired illumination this week to share with them the visions of what's coming and contribute, and do your part to contribute to the shifts we're all experiencing. This will be an amazing week as we anchor our visions and our new learning and what inspires us in preparation for next week's new moon. Until that time, I wish you every blessing and a wonderful week. This is Elizabeth Shermer with the Lunar Matrix.